We'll be back, ladies and gentlemen.
On to the clock. The tick-tock clock, by the way. Oh, another thing I can talk about that Disney trip. One of the things that really bugged me, not like a bug thing, like not that I didn't like it, I thought it was a really great and creative addition. It's, Disney has a show, 3D show called Mickey's PhilharMagic, which, in case you don't know, it's about a big orchestra thing that Mickey hosts, and it's all a big 3D show where it's supposed to be a lot of pomp and circumstance, history of Disney, stuff like that. And Donald is in charge of getting up the orchestra set up, and in a very Sorcerer's Apprentice throwback, Donald, instead of Mickey, decides he's going to take the hat and show that he's a capable conductor and wizard, same as Mickey. And as we all know, with Donald, it completely backfires. So while he's chasing after the hat, he goes to various Disney worlds and takes part in the musical numbers there. So it's Be Our Guest in Beauty and the Beast, it's the Sorcerer's Apprentice in Fantasia, Part of Your World in Little Mermaid, I Just Can't Wait to Be King in Lion King, etc., etc. And in the original show, after I Just Can't Wait to Be King, it cuts to Peter Pan. But they added a new number from Coco, which, granted, I love Coco as a movie. It is probably Pixar's best movie, in my opinion, since Up. But its animation is too good for that show. Like, I know that some of you may be thinking, like, that's a weird thing to say, but, like, when you look at the other 3D models in PhilharMagic, like, specifically, like, let's say, like, the Lumiere and the Peter Pan and the Aladdin and Jasmine, the Simba, Flounder, they all look really, like, dated CGI, like, the way, like, a Nicktoons game would look. Granted, back in 2005, they looked incredible, but now it looks very meh. But Coco's animation is just too damn good for that. And it's like, if you're not gonna, you have to update the animation for the other segments if you want it to stand out. And it's like, no. It's just like an awkward thing that happens. And then you jump to Peter Pan's awkwardness and Aladdin's awkwardness. And like I said, it was just a weird thing. A weird observation I made when I was there. Because think about it, the rest of the other 3D shows that were there, they didn't update at all. Not even, and that's not even like an insult. Like, I'm not saying like, ooh, you should have updated. No, it didn't update any of them. Like, the Bugs Life one did not update since it first came out. The Muppets did not update at all. But then again, it really didn't need to, because that show still holds up really well. I have to look up if... It's not a future me edit here. I have to look up from a personal me edit. If Muppet Vision came out before or after Jim Henson died, because a lot of the characters sound like Jim Henson had recorded for them. Like, I know Statler and Waldorf sound like exactly like they did in the original Muppet Show. But then other characters sound like they were their post Jim Henson's death performances. I'll have to look up if that was them or if that was one of the launch things for when MGM opened. If it was, then that was definitely Jim Henson, and if it wasn't, then that was a really good impression of him. The other 3D show. What was the other 3D show I was thinking of? I know there was another one, but I just can't put my finger on it. Oh, I just dodged that banana. And I fall. At the cost of my death. I fall. And I fall. Again. Yeah, because I do not like this course. Now that I think about it, this would actually be one of the higher courses on my courses I don't like list. Granted, it's a very creative course. I just have terrible luck on it. Alright, let's try to speed our way through. Thank you. Oh shit, I thought that was the last lap. Okay, I got an extra lap then. Okay, cool. But like, none of the other 3D shows aged that terribly. And that's gonna hurt. Oh, it didn't hit me. Thank you, Goomba. You are a gentleman and a scholar. Oh my god, I want something to act as a shield, please. Because shit like this is gonna keep happening. Come on, I have a streak to keep maintaining. Come on, I want to keep the streak going. There we go. Beautiful. Nothing's gonna make me lose this. Booyah! That is me having won every single one of these. And I'm glad to take that. Alright, so what's next? Rumble Volcano. I don't know. I don't know, guys. I don't know. It's 2:15 now. I'll have to make a decision of if I'm going to record more a little bit later. Because granted, like I said, these aren't necessary to do until have finished until July. But I'd rather have them done sooner rather than later. Hold it. There we go. Now hard left. Hard right. Bounce over here, bounce over there. Bounce over everywhere. Okay. Boomba. There we go. Oh yeah, I didn't talk about my souvenirs other than the Ariel t-shirt. Not too many actually. I wanted a piece of merchandise from my 4 favorite Disney movies, the big 4 as you know. Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, and Lion King. Problem is, there is like a severe lack of Aladdin merchandise in Disney World. So I spent 10 days scouring the earth for anything Aladdin merchandisey, and we just could not get any. And it sucked because I went into so many stores. The only thing I found was like a Princess Jasmine doll, and I'm like, I'm not going to be the 28-year-old guy, or 29-year-old guy, who's going to sit there and be like, oh, I'm totally buying this for my daughter. Yeah, totally. Yeah. Have to explain that I'm looking for a bit of Aladdin merch and buying a girl's toy. Cannot say that. I cannot do that. So I have the Little Mermaid T-shirt. I have the mug that I bought the Gaston drink in, or whatever it is, the Foo Brew, or whatever it is. And then I got 2 pieces of Lion King merch. Unfortunately, one of them broke on the way home. And that was a Pumbaa souvenir popcorn thing. I don't recall it being there last time, but I do know that I think it was there for the 30th anniversary of the Lion King, which we're missing because obviously we're back. They started the big Lion King event near late May, early June, because that's been 30 years since Lion King came out. Which again would be fun to talk about and to go over, but we're not there for that time. Also, Florida in June is even worse than Florida in May, so yeah, no. Not doing that. But I do have this cute little Zazu thing. I wanted a Yago one, but they didn't have one. But it's a little Zazu that you can put on your shoulder, and it's got a little magnet that you can put on your shoulder, underneath your shirt, where if you can let Zazu sit, you can make it seem like he's sitting on your shoulder, which I thought was adorable. They also had a bunch of them. One for the little blue gecko thing from Frozen 2. Remy from Ratatouille was there. Apparently there's a really cute Mickey Mouse cartoon bird that I've missed. There were a few others, but like in general, it was like those types of things. I would have preferred Yago myself, but beggars can't be choosers, I suppose. And on top of that, that was scary. On top of that, I also got myself some a couple of lightsabers, which was fun. I didn't buy the $250 ones because, first off, no, I'm not that rich. And then I couldn't buy the $50 ones because... Oh, I died again. I couldn't buy the $50 ones because I'd have to check that in as luggage, and I'm like, I can't do that. I have no way of doing that. Like, honestly, when my dad retires, he's planning on relocating down south to like Florida because they won't be able to touch his pension there. And I'm thinking if I do move to Florida and I do end up going to Disney like once a year, I will probably end up doing that. I will buy one of those $50 ones because I love Luke Skywalker's Return of the Jedi lightsaber. Green is not only my favorite color, but it's also, you know, it's Luke Skywalker's lightsaber. There's another green one I could get. Like, I would like the Qui-Gon one. Qui-Gon's is cool. But they're very weird when it comes to the distribution of these lightsabers. Like, they have Mace Windu's. Like, who gives a shit about Mace Windu's lightsaber? Do we not realize the guy was the biggest douche canoe in the history of Star Wars? You get Samuel L. Jackson to be a Jedi, and he's literally the biggest douchebag Jedi in the history of the Order. And everyone keeps trying to, like, justify, like, oh, he's so badass. It's like, no, he's not. You just think he's badass because he's played by Samuel L. Jackson. Of the Jedi in the prequels, he is not badass. I would be remiss to say none of the Jedi from the prequels were badass, but that would be a knock on Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan, and so he's probably like the highlight of the prequels. Him and Liam Neeson do give off like the best performances, and Christopher Lee too. He was good, but he wasn't a Jedi. Dooku, well, he was a Jedi, but when he was on screen, he was not a Jedi. Dooku was no Jedi. Yeah, unfortunately, the big bucks are where you get, like, the really rare lightsaber molds and shit. Like, they have the $250 ones where it's, like, the metal, and it actually feels like you're holding a lightsaber, and it's freaking cool, and it's, like... And they had so many variants. Like, I was expecting it to just be like, oh, it's the Skywalker saber. Then you'll have Luke's, then you'll have Obi-Wan's, then you'll have Darth Vader's. But no, they had, like, literally everybody's lightsabers in that. But, of course, I did the custom build ones from just outside of Star Tours. And now I thought I had all of the colors, but apparently they've now come out with yellow and white. Thanks, Ahsoka and Rey, for making things so much harder on me. So now I have to go back to Disney World and make 2 more. Okay. I would have preferred the red shell hit me first, but alright, fine. I'll take the blue shell first. Alright, hold it. There we go. Goodbye, Rosa. Oh, Funky Kong, you douche canoe. And of course, he freaking lands right in front of me. Whatever. Give me my doubles. Sorry, Rosa. Nothing against you, but I have a streak to maintain, and I intend on maintaining it. Even on a shitty course like this. But no, I have 2 new lightsabers. one blue, that's Jedi through and through, and one that's a Sith blade. And it actually even makes different sounds, which I'm so freaking thankful for. I was expecting all the lightsabers to make the same noises, but no. The blue one makes the normal one, and the red one is like the freaking Sith blade, where it's like the whoosh. So cool. So cool, man. It's so cool. So cool, man. It is like the coolest thing in the world, man. And Rainbow Road is not the coolest thing in the world, man. But it is next on my list. Another Rainbow Road. Feels like we just did one. That's because we did. The one good thing about doing, like, wrapping up a lot of the franchises that I've done LPs for is that eventually we have to start broadening my horizons and playing games that I really have not really given a big heap of time to. Like, I would love to do Metroid Prime as a game, and I'm probably going to be able to do it now that I have all of the games that I've basically given priority to are basically done. Like, obviously I could go back in time and do Pokemon. I could do Pokemon games, but like, yeah, Pokemon, unfortunately, is going to be one of those ones that lasts forever. So, yeah. Like, when Kingdom Hearts wraps up, then Spyro will wrap up first, then Kingdom Hearts, then Crash. We have to go back and do Crash 3. I am not doing Crash 4. Because Crash 4 is one of those mean games that, like, insults your intelligence if you don't try to go for 100%. But going for 100% in that game is literally the most thankless thing that's ever been. That was a green shell, right? That was a green shell. Why do blue shells hit people who are not in first? Sorry, Rosa. I'm coming for blood. Sorry, Rosa. Sorry. But I'm coming for your space princess blood. There we go. Alright. And chose the wrong side. But don't care. Apparently it worked. Booyah. Okay, that was a hard-fought one. But I will gladly accept the victory on that. A boo to the ya.